confession too of the spiritual world. And we saw yesterday how God gave instruction to his people that there was such a thing as a spiritual world around them, but that not everything in that world was good. And today we're going to look at the fact that the spiritual world is all around us. However, we are physical beings, and so our most immediate experience of this world is all physical. But that doesn't mean that we don't experience the spiritual. Now in Mark 9, we have the story of Jesus taking Peter, James and John up a mountain to pray. And up there, the disciples saw Jesus transformed, and he was dazzling white, and Moses and Elijah were standing there with him. It seems like it only lasted a moment, but it seemed to scare the daylights out of them too. As soon as they opened their eyes again, it was just Jesus standing there alone, as he had been before. So what happened? Well, I believe that God momentarily gave them the ability to see in the spiritual world what their physical eyes normally wouldn't see. Because Jesus always carried the glory of God wherever he was. It's just that physically they didn't see that. And so this event happened, and it was just after Peter's confession, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And so it's like almost a confirmation. Yes, they've come to this discovery. Now they can see the true glory of Jesus. There's also an Old Testament example of someone having their spiritual eyes opened. In 2 Kings 6:17, the king of Aram was out to get rid of the prophet Elisha, and he found out where Elisha was, what town he was in, and he sent his whole army and surrounded the town. When Elisha's servant got up in the morning, he looked out and he says, "Oh no, my lord, what shall we do?" Because he saw horses and chariots all around. Elisha said, "Don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them." And then he prayed, "Open his eyes, Lord, that he may see." And it says the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he saw the hill full of horses and chariots of fire, all surrounding Elisha. I read of a more modern story than that, and I say modern, but it's probably about 40 years ago. 2 nurses working in a mission in Afghanistan. It was a fairly remote area, and it was known for bandits who would just rob and kill and break into houses. The 2 nurses lived together in a house, and it seemed like the robbers didn't touch their house. Now one day, one of the gang leaders was in the hospital being treated by one of the nurses, and in conversation she said to him, "I'm really surprised that you haven't targeted our house." And the gang leader said, "You must be kidding, with those 2 big guards out the front?" Obviously, the bandits had been given the spiritual eyes to see the angels that were protecting that house, so that they would be deterred. The spiritual life is all around us all the time. And as Christians, we need to learn how to become sensitive to it. Now, there are folk who've seen angels. I know folk who've seen angels. I've never seen one. But these are only occasional, and it's usually for a reason. Most of us have to learn to sense the presence, whether it's evil or good. Now, if it's evil, it can come as a sense of heaviness on the chest, or it might come as a sense of disquiet, something's really wrong here, or maybe it's a word that's put into our mind, and sometimes even a smell. But the same applies to learning how to sense the presence of God, and that can too come with a sense of real peace and joy. There's a peace and a joy that's beyond anything we can describe in human terms when you feel the presence of God. It may come as a feeling of intense love, and sometimes it can come as a beautiful fragrance. However it comes, it is a learning process. We have to become more and more sensitized to the spiritual world that's around us, and to be able to distinguish between the good and the bad.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory.